Hello, and welcome to the Punk Rock Libertarians Podcast, episode 569, Giggity. Tonight I am here with Eric Dietrich, special guest.
Hey, thanks for having me. Really glad to be here and talking with y'all.
Hell yeah. And the chairman of the Wine Mom Resistance Caucus, James Babb.
So good to be here with you guys. Thanks for joining us, Eric.
Let's go. Do you have to like mansplain to the resistance, the Wine Mom Resistance Caucus all the time? Is that you get in trouble for that?
No, I don't have to do anything really. Like basically they bring the wine and the resistance, and
you just support.
Yeah, that's all I have to do.
All right, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah. So we're down two of our regular dudes today, but we're gonna push through and give you guys a good show. I guess we can kick it off with this aircraft carrier sewage story. What do you know about that one, James?
USS Gerald Ford is now it's been in the news for several years about this. It's not a recent development. However, they had to do some emergency stops because the sewage system keeps backing up. And it's been reported by NPR, did a FOIA request, and it turns out that it's being sabotaged. Like, what's the purpose? We don't know, but they're pulling things like T-shirts, lengths of rope out of the toilet, mop heads, and like, because of the design, if you clog up one toilet, like a whole sector goes out. It's like a vacuum pump system that basically, with a few clogged toilets, you can shut down this aircraft carrier. And evidently the sailors on board have decided that's the right thing to do. And I applaud them. I think this is fantastic. We have a video, which may or may not be the Gerald Ford. It may be a Taco Bell. We don't know. It's been unconfirmed. But if anybody knows anything, let us know.
If you've seen this toilet, let us know.
Yeah.
See, it's just showing a toilet that's just spewing shit. We don't need the motivational music.
It's a dramatic orchestra to give us that deep feeling.
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, not great audio there, but yeah, it was basically a toilet just exploding with shit.
So, do you want to pull up this NPR article, because it had some details. Now they're trying to spin it off as like, haha, these boys will be boys. It's like a frat house. They don't, they're just wild and crazy guys. But it could be just sabotage, because there's a tradition of this in the military when a war is unjust, of sabotaging what's going on. When nobody wants to go to war with Iran. Why do these people? I don't think anybody on that boat is really gung ho to die for Israel. So,
well, I mean, and this carrier is actually, according to this article, it is currently at the center of the Trump administration's flotilla of Navy ships in the Caribbean.
Now, so that may be old news. I think it might be moving to Iran. I don't know.
Okay.
Let me double check that.
This article is from January.
Okay, so that's probably where it is now.
On board the carrier, the crew is battling a toilet system that the General Accountability Office reported in 2020 was undersized and poorly designed.
So we're told it's incompetence.
Right.
It's just incompetence. They can't get anything right. Because the story that's like, sailors are sabotaging this $13 billion aircraft carrier with a couple T-shirts down the toilet would just be too humiliating.
Yeah. Well, it says here, our sewage system is being mistreated and destroyed by sailors on a daily basis. My HTs are currently working 19 hours a day right now trying to keep up with the demand. HT means hull maintenance technician. So, I mean, it sounds like the engineering department suspects that it's, deliberate damage being done.
I mean, they're little, and this was in an email, an internal email that was found out by FOIA. It wasn't part of a
Right.
press release.
Right.
It's being mistreated and destroyed by sailors on a daily basis. Okay. Like, yeah, go sailors. You know, like, good for you.
Yeah, I mean, until you're a sailor and you have to take a dump somewhere. Just
Well, I
dump
think they've been
over the
given
side of the
special.
boat.
They've been given special instructions on how to take a dump over the edge of the boat.
Really?
So, but they're like, and then they go on to like to kind of explain it. Oh, the average age is similar to a college campus. It's their first
Okay.
time away from home. They're going crazy. You know, like no, I don't think it's that kind of a thing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't remember that in my college experience. I don't remember people like flushing
Destroying toilets.
T-shirts. Do you remember that, Eric, from our college days?
No, especially like that. I mean,
I
nothing.
mean, one time I did take a piss like on the side of a whatchamacallit, where the
Police
toilets
car?
are. No. The what's the thing that the toilets are in? With the
The
little
dean's
walls.
office.
With the
the
walls.
porta potty,
No, like in a bathroom.
a stall.
A stall, yeah. Like I took a
You're
piss
just-
on the
your
side
aim
of the
was
stall.
you were just your aim was that bad.
No, I was just like hammered, so I thought it'd be funny. But then
That's
like,
hilarious.
I felt really bad about it because like
Yeah.
the cleaning ladies had to clean that shit up. Anyway,
They said the most common problem is a valve at the back of the toilets that can be knocked loose and cause all the toilets in one of 10 zones to lose suction. So it's not like a gravity fed toilet in your house. It's like a vacuum suction thing. So if
yeah,
that
like an
system
airplane,
can't-
right?
or maybe like an airplane or like a toilet in your basement that has to get the waste up above, you know, has to lift it out somehow. So
Usually
without
that's like a pump, yeah. But
so if you can't get that suction to pump it out, like, well, so FYI, if you need to use the head, go now. At 13:30, expect the system to come down for about 2 hours. Like that's the kind of stuff that's from a March 18 email. So this has been going on for a while. This isn't like just happening now, but I hear about these like emergency stops.
I mean, is anybody getting court-martialed for this? You know, like you've been dishonorably discharged for.
There should be
for
some kind of
clogging
a
the
medal.
toilet. Yeah. Or are they getting presidential medals of freedom for this?
Yeah, I mean, in special citation and face of bravery, like, you know, like uncommon valor. So anyway, according to some news thing, the Gerald Ford leaves Crete. It's in Crete. It's not in Venezuela anymore. It's in the Mediterranean. It's been the world's largest aircraft carrier sent to the Mediterranean this week in a buildup to put pressure on Iran. So it left a naval base in Crete. Those
Okay.
Cretans.
Yeah. Interesting.
The embassy
Well, look,
in
I mean-
Athens has declined to comment on the carrier's presence.
Well, look, I mean, if somehow I ever had gotten drafted and they caught me before I could escape, this is what I would do, right? I would just like try and sabotage as much shit as I could before they catch me.
It's a proud tradition. I mean, there's
Are they
stories.
just trying to? Are they trying to get sent home individually, or you think they're trying to collectively stop the whole boat?
We don't
Or like,
know.
would they? Yeah, I guess we don't know. And my other thing is like, was Russia to blame for this?
Yeah. Did Russia manufacture these toilets? Are these Russian pipes?
But see, I love the way they can just explain it by typical Navy incompetence and boys being rowdy. Yup. It's a $13 billion aircraft carrier that's been
why
disabled.
I've never heard of this
Okay.
before, right? Like we've never heard of this before on other aircraft carriers.
It's not the kind of thing that probably makes the headlines very
True.
often. But I bet if you're in the Navy, you probably have stories. But
That's
like,
possible.
I've heard in Vietnam that if you're like, nobody wanted to kill people over there. So they'd fire their machine guns up in the air. They'd find any way not to actually go to war. But if a sergeant or the commander of the platoon was a little too aggressive and wanted to maybe like send people into battle when they didn't want to go, they'd end up with a live grenade in their tent. Like they were like, it was serious. They're like, you're dealing with the slave army. This is not a slave army. These people chose to be there.
Right.
They could walk away at any time. So, am I going to think they're being super noble and this is the resistance against, unjust war? I'm still going to bank on the wine moms, as the real resistance in this time period.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It could just be boys being boys combined with just a multi-billion-dollar boondoggle. I think that's a viable.
It is plausible.
Plausible, yeah. But yeah, I'd like to think someone somehow got forced. They got saddled with like hundreds of thousands of dollars in student loans, and like this is their only way out. So they're like, all right, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna try and sabotage as much shit as I can while I'm in there.
Dude, get the weapons, get the keys. Like, what do they have on an aircraft carrier that you could like make off with? Like a fighter jet? Yeah, helicopter.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think there's more opportunities in like the National Guard where you could get like some of those cool, like military vehicles, armaments. Speaking of military vehicles, I have a friend from like libertarian stuff in Pennsylvania many years. Good guy. Recently got elected to be a mayor of a town in Pennsylvania.
Okay.
So I've got some ideas. I'm like, can you get a .gov email address? Probably he can.
Oh yeah, of course.
I think we can apply for military surplus.
Ooh.
See if we can get Bearcats, grenade launcher. Like, who knows what you can get, right?
Right.
Like, would there be anything wrong with this?
Yeah, I mean, all he has to say is like, well, we've had like, 500% increase in traffic violations. I need 8 Bearcats to manage the situation.
I mean, remember that school board in LA that got grenade launchers?
Right. Yeah.
Whoa.
Well, truancy
was
truancy was out of control.
What's a Bearcat?
It's like one of these like
Pull up
armored
pictures.
police vehicles they use to like if you're like smoking a joint and they're scared to like just kick your door in, they just drive this thing in through the front door. It looks ridiculous. It looks ridiculous. It's an insult to actual Bearcats.
So yeah, this is the
I like that Google picture selection. Like these cute little animals and this like stupid military thing.
Yeah.
Like it's super armored, but like those tires don't look very armored.
No.
Like I don't think that thing would hold up to. I mean, if you're going up against some hippies on their couch with a joint, fine.
Right.
Do we have Bearcats in the United States? The animal?
I don't know.
That looked mad scary to me.
Dude, they used
like it's cute. I was like, yeah.
Dude, when they busted Ian Freeman and
no, they're in
the studio,
South
they used
and
that
Southeast
stuff.
Asia.
Okay. You know how some people have a doormat that says "Come back with a warrant"?
Yeah.
I'm still looking for one that says "Come back with a Bearcat." Like
with one of those ones with like the battering ram on the front.
Yeah. Don't even show me your stupid warrant.
Oh man. I remember watching just a crazy video where this whole fucking battalion of police just rolled up into this neighborhood and they were trying to like get into this house. And yeah, they had one of those giant fucking like battering ram things like we're in the medieval times, like it just fucking smashed the front of that house open.
Yeah, they have this like proboscis
for nothing, for like drugs.
Yeah, they have a proboscis that'll like stick out and they'll ram through a hole and then like spray gas into the building they're trying to penetrate.
Yeah,
like it's just a super coward's vehicle.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
Like
or
how
they'll send in
scared
like a
are
robot. They'll like send in a robot or something. For some guy that was like selling like dye bags. He has like 3 guns.
It's what we train for, men.
Yes.
Or it also comes in handy for if there's like a school shooter and you need to get away quickly,
Yeah,
safely.
right. Yeah. Oh man. But yeah. So he's where's this town?
Like
What's the population?
it's a smaller town. I'm not sure of the population.
Mm. Yeah, I gotta think. Yeah, I gotta think. If you got an official .gov email, you could probably get away with some shit.
I'm telling him just get the address, get the .gov email,
At least
and I'll
through
just
some
start
sort of
filling
like
out stuff.
yeah. At least like you can employ some social engineering, right? Like it might not be legal, but you can certainly like trick somebody into giving you shit.
I don't think
In
you
Minecraft.
I don't even think you have to trick them. I think it's just about filling out forms.
It's just requisitioning. Yeah.
I mean, why not?
Yeah.
And then,
Well.
but what would you? I suggested auctioning it off, like just like getting this stuff, putting it up
No,
for sale.
that might be illegal. That might be illegal.
You think so?
I would think so.
Sell it to like Venezuelan gangs
Okay. Yep.
or Mexican. Oh, how about that story? We had a lot of friends at Anarchapulco this year at Puerto Vallarta.
Okay.
That did you follow any of these stories? Like the drug cartel, like had they murdered like a drug cartel boss, and the cartel like got mad, and they blew up a bunch of grocery stores, taxi cabs, buses, and Puerto Vallarta was one of the towns targeted. Shut down the airport, shut down grocery stores. Like everyone was freaking out for a couple of days, and the people that were down there for Anarchapulco couldn't leave.
Damn.
A lot of them felt, scared because it's one thing to be home and things shut down. You've got resources, but imagine like being in a hotel and like suddenly all the restaurants and grocery stores are closed. Like, what do you got? You got nothing.
Yeah. Yeah. That's crazy. Oh yeah.
Then,
are you talking about they killed, I thought it was a Mexican cartel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, where's Acapulco? Is that Mexico?
Well, Anarchapulco used to be in Acapulco.
Yeah.
This year it's in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. That makes sense.
But
right. Yeah,
I mean, a lot of our friends were there. Tim Peugeot, Tatiana Moroz, quite a few other people. And then like shortly after, they're like, they exaggerated. It's no big deal. Life's back to normal. We're at the beach. I'm like, okay. But
yeah, my homie and his wife were over there, and they got stuck there for like 4 or 5 extra days.
Damn.
Because they couldn't get a flight home. They were going to come home on a Monday, and they couldn't come home till Friday.
Well, hey, at least they killed this guy. The drug war is over. The cartel's over, right?
Yeah, the people are the beach is open again. Yeah. Like it's working. Just a reminder that the drug war is an abomination.
Yeah.
And that these and a lot of the weapons evidently from the cartel, guess where the weapons come from?
The CIA?
Russia.
Small towns ordering military surplus. No, actually it's Ukraine, like they're US weapons that come via Ukraine and also from Israel. Somehow Israel has to be, if it's some kind of mayhem trying to destabilize a country, somehow Israel's involved.
Well, Israel makes a really nice AR. I can't remember the brand right now, but
did those weapons come from the United States before that?
The Israeli weapons?
Or either of those?
Yes. So like,
I was gonna say Ukraine didn't manufacture its own. Well, maybe, I don't know.
Right. They're saying these are like US weapons. And the gun control people are saying like, see, it's US guns are out of control. We have to ban guns. No, it's the freaking government guns.
Right. Yeah.
Not like they're going to Walmart and buying shotguns or, like.
Right. Yeah. Like shipping those. Yeah, exactly. I mean, but hey, if you want to ban like military guns from the military, like, okay, let's go.
It's like, Fast and Furious, like so many stories of basically arming these gangs and fueling these drug war things, and it's like, God, come on, guys.
Well, I mean, how many, how many weapons, how much of that stuff that was left behind in Afghanistan has made its way into Ukraine, into wherever, right? I mean, they left behind like rocket launchers, those Toyota Helixes, like all that kind of shit got left behind in Afghanistan when they booked out. Gym equipment, they're probably swole as hell now.
No doubt. I mean, but that's probably like old shitty stuff. Like if you want the good stuff, you got to get it from Ukraine now.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
remember, like even like in the heart of the height of the when everyone was talking about the Ukraine-Russian war, remember like only 20% of the weapons were getting through, and like 80% was getting into the black market and showing up in drug gangs and like Finland, and it was just such a racket from day one. Like they're trying to get weapons to the front line, and they're all just being sold off by the most corrupt country in Europe.
But God forbid you're able to carry a Glock on yourself. God forbid. You're a real danger to society.
Yeah. I heard there was a State of the Union address. Did anybody see the relevant memes yet? I didn't even.
No.
Must not have been very good, because I haven't seen any memes at all.
I haven't seen anything. How about you, Eric?
No,
any, like, snippets?
I didn't watch it. That was just 1 or 2 days ago.
I think it was 1 or 2 days ago. Maybe yesterday. I don't know.
I saw there was some kind of controversy where there were they declared that the purpose of the U.S. government is to protect citizens and not foreigners, and everybody has to stand up and clap. And which, of course, there's nothing in the Constitution that says that's their job. Their job is, allegedly to protect individual rights. If you believe their paperwork, that's the shit they swear to.
Right.
It's like,
right. There's nothing about providing for like the defense of your property, right? I mean,
or your white race, or your culture, or your.
It's just basically restrictions on what they can't do to you is the idea, right? Or at least the Bill of Rights, right?
I mean, that's how they sold it.
Yeah.
How's that really worked out, though? Yeah.
No.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah. I remember one year we did a live stream of the State of the Union. I think it was, I don't know if it was Trump or if it was Biden. But, I mean, man, it is so hard to watch that kind of shit.
Oh, dude, when they all stand up.
Yeah, they're like standing up, or then
seconds.
like the Democrats will or like the opponent, the other side will stay seated unless it's something like where they have to stand, like America's the best country in the world, and they all have to stand for that. But if it's about immigrants, obviously the Democrats are going to stay seated.
Or stand up for some crippled kid, or like something.
Yeah, but it's just.
What kind of views are
It's
they
not
getting?
even entertaining. It's not entertaining like the debates are entertaining, where it's just like two clowns, throwing pies at each other. Like this is just one clown just like spewing up nonsense. It's just completely, obviously completely written ahead of time, completely manufactured. It's just complete worthless speech.
There's no pies in sight.
No pies. No pies.
What kind of views are they getting? Are people like tuning into this?
It popped up on my YouTube feed or whatever, and I don't remember which one it because obviously it was broadcasted on multiple channels, but whichever one it was, it only had, it was like a legit news channel, like maybe CNN or something like that, and it only had it said 25,000 people watching was like all it showed. I mean, it might have been also like an hour before it started. Like, I don't remember, but I was like, damn, that seems like low, right? Like, I feel like
a lot of boomers are dead now.
That's true.
I mean, how long can they milk this?
Yeah.
According to, I
Or
asked
people are
Grok.
just watching on like regular cable TV.
All right, I asked Grok. Grok says 32.6 million based on Nielsen TV viewership for Trump's February 24th State of the Union address, according to Nielsen ratings. Is that really a thing still? I mean,
I think they have different ways of measuring it than they used to. It used to be they would like send a box to people's houses.
yeah, like, and actually listen to what you're watching. Like,
Yeah, yeah. And then they would basically just extrapolate from that small sample size what they thought, you know. But I think they have other ways of doing it now because, like, you know, people use the internet, people use. So, yeah, I don't know how trustworthy it is, but
I'm
Well,
going
and
to tell.
also like, what would be a view? Someone watching it for 2 seconds or 30 seconds or a minute or the whole thing.
yeah, I don't remember. I remember looking this up at some point because I was like, how did that shit work? Like, how do they get these ratings? They're always like, oh, this is the most watched Super Bowl of all time. It's like, how do you know that? But yeah, they have some way of measuring it. I don't remember what the threshold is.
Yeah, they've got a microphone in every house in the country.
Right, yeah, they have. They
And
just
can
turn on
just
your
listen.
Google
They
Home.
can just check it. Yeah.
Yeah, they just listen through your phone. Yeah, I mean,
Axios says 32 million. USA Today says 32.6 million. They're all quoting the same number from somebody.
right.
Nielsen tallied 15 networks that aired the address.
So 32 million. There's what? What do we have in this country now? 700 million?
More like 350.
Why do I always think it's 700? Yeah, it's like 350.
But and this is worldwide though. I don't know if the
Right.
people in, I mean, I'm sure everyone in Israel is very concerned.
Right, yeah.
Jared, the reason you think it's the higher number is because of inflation.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Would it be hilarious if like just people were like, nope, we're not watching it. Nope. Like zero. Like it just turned out like a goose egg. Everybody turned that shit off.
Yeah, if only. Yeah, if only that, and if only, you know, the exit polls showed that nobody voted. No one came out this year.
Zero.
Just 0 people.
No one was interested.
Yeah, I said, you know what, we're tired of this shit.
I mean,
What a dream.
it's true that every year the number of people that do that goes up and up and up. And
Is it?
in many cases, it's a majority of people do not participate. The vote for nobody often beats the vote for somebody.
I'm trying to find a graph of this. Chart of non-voters in the U.S. I wonder if I can find something.
But you have to look at it in terms of like anybody can be a non-voter, but only certain people can be a voter. So there might be 350 million people in the country, but maybe 250 million are allowed to vote, right? Based on their age or their legal status or what have you. So, you know, then you take, well, what percentage of those actually vote?
Right.
Might be less than half, might be 60%, who knows? And then you split up all the people they vote for. The people that just say fuck it are definitely outnumber any of the individual candidates.
Right.
But it doesn't stop them from, you know, we've got a mandate from the people. We're elected.
Well, yeah, I mean, let's see. How many people voted for Trump in 2024?
75 million.
77 million, yeah. So 77 out of
So like double that. Like,
that's-
and add in Biden voters, and that's still less than half the country.
But I'm just saying, like, 22%.
Mm-hmm.
That's 22% of the population, right? 77 million out of 350 million. So 22% of the population allegedly voted for Trump, but the other 80% didn't, right? Either voted for Biden or Kamala or voted for nobody.
How many people voted for Kamala?
Let me go back to Let's see, president. 75 million people.
So
Those-
it looks like about half or less than half voted for somebody.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, definitely less than half.
So
Like
nobody.
150,000 people.
So nobody was the clear majority.
Right. Exactly. Well, I guess let's at least say like how many eligible voters.
But this eligible thing, I think, is not a good word, because who decides who's eligible?
Yeah, are you getting
Well-
this off of facts.gov?
Yeah. Actually, I'm asking ChatGPT now. I'm just curious though, because yeah, I mean, from our perspective, obviously that doesn't matter, right? But
But let's just say, look, only punk rock libertarians are eligible to vote, and then we vote, and then we declare Jared the president of the country,
right.
right? It doesn't matter who's eligible. Only punk rock libertarians were eligible to vote, but that doesn't somehow give you authority over the whole country, right?
I agree, yeah. But so 244 million Americans were estimated to be eligible to vote in 2024. So I mean, you barely got half, like you got a little over half of those people to vote, right? This is something like 60%. So
But there's
40
plenty of people. And
so
what does
40%
eligible
of
mean?
those-
Does eligible mean registered or eligible to register?
it just says legally eligible. The registered voters numbered over 211 million. So 211 million were registered to vote. But 244 people could have registered to vote. But
And
of
a
those
lot of
244, only 150 of them voted. Millions.
Then a lot of those people that are legally registered are dead.
Oh, you mean right? Yeah, okay. You mean yeah? Okay.
They died, but they're still on the registers. They still are
Well, eventually they take you off, right?
theoretically, but
Or
it
else
might
we'd have like billions of people on the registers. Right?
but it might take years.
Yeah.
There's nobody that says like, oh, somebody died, quick, call the voting board.
Yeah,
You know, like
right, yeah.
nobody does that.
Like when you're planning a funeral, it's like, wait, first things first. Gotta
Call the county
call
board of
the
elections
election board.
fast.
No, it's more like, all right, we got to use this guy's voting card.
You know what cracks me up are the people that are all gung ho about a voter. Get an ID to vote, and like this is a big problem, right? Like, oh my God, anybody can just go in there and vote. Like they're begging for IDs. Like they're like, well, you have to show an ID when you buy beer. Why not when you vote? Like the dumbest arguments like possible, as if they're going to fix voting. Like this is going to finally do it. We're just going to get Palantir in here to organize it all. And like you're going to have to like it starts with some ID. Then it's like, no, it has to be a real ID. Then it has to be a digital ID.
Yeah.
Then it has to be a digital ID matched with a retina scan, right? Or facial recognition. It's like, why are people begging? They're begging for like this whole new level of surveillance to fix voting.
Right.
Like somehow, like now the people you want are going to win. Like what?
No, that's a good trap framework that you just outlined there, related to all that stuff with the IDs.
They're super scared about it, right? I mean, do you guys see this as much as I do? Like,
Not really. I don't hang out on
Okay.
Facebook, but
I guess
see-
I have
oh,
a bunch
yeah.
of more losers like that I'm associated with.
but I mean, I am aware of the archetype of the person that wants. I mean, because like from a very shallow perspective, like from to play status advocate here, it's like, yeah, I mean, if you are participating in a legal process, like, is it wrong to require legal proof that you're able to participate, right? But yeah, I mean, from the perspective of an anarchist, I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm not voting anyways, but like, I'm definitely not getting a special ID to vote.
Well, you still have to give your name when you
Right.
vote, right?
But you
You
can
have
get
to
it-
go and
and
just
and
say
it's a
I'm
signature. It's a signature match, right?
yeah.
So, which is it's something,
Yeah.
like, and it's low tech, but I'm sure like nobody's a handwriting expert at like volunteering on these polling places, and I'm sure there's whatever. Like the thing about it is I think this falls under the fallacy of I don't know what is called, but I call it like government sucks, therefore government. Okay, like the election is the whole thing is a shit show, corrupt from end to end, completely like uh just there as a form of slavery and to fool people into voluntarily participating in their own enslavement. But then like, oh, it's not working, so what do? We need government. We need a Palantir ID system, and we just
And
need to
it's
know where
never the
everybody is.
obvious. It's never the obvious high-tech solution that would actually like maybe solve the problem, which is using some sort of digital voting system, right? Where everything can actually be validated, maybe use a blockchain, maybe use, some other technology where you can verify things.
There's
Yeah,
a
the
hundred
eyeball scanner.
technology.
But
That's
you can't,
not the goal, though.
But yeah, it's not the goal, right? Yeah. So like, if that was the goal, it'd be like, oh, there's like a million other things we could do here.
Dude, indelible ink. You get like the special ink on your thumb when you go to vote, and it takes like 3 days to wash off. Okay, like there people have been addressing
you can't
this.
vote twice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like this isn't like doesn't have to require Palantir.
Right.
I don't know if people are making this argument, but I have heard that votes can be invalidated if the signatures don't match. So maybe they're also using that as an argument to favor the IDs. I don't know.
Like if they just fuck up with the matching process.
Or like that's like every year, the such and such number of votes are invalidated due to signatures.
Interesting.
So I don't know. I just thought I'd throw that in.
The thing about it is, it's like everything about it is corrupt. Okay, like people are looking at it at the final stage, but like let's look at the gerrymandering. They've already set up your district to give you no power over who the person is. They've divvied up the territory of the cattle, and you're assigned your zone that has virtually no chance of ever actually being contested in any way. And then like, ballot access requirements. Oh, you want to be the Libertarian Party, Green Party, Constitution Party? Forget it. We made the rules that favor us, and screw you. Deal with it, right? I mean, everything else they do. There's 100 different things they do to give themselves an advantage and make the whole system completely corrupt. They have the candidates that are selected completely scripted, just delivered from on high. Conventions are scripted. The people like go there and act like they're making motions and stuff, and the teleprompter already has the results ahead of time. Every single stage of this thing. And like voting machine themselves, the fraud of the voting machines. Ernie Hancock used to really get into the voting machines, and he talked to people. I wish I could remember more of the details, but the manufacturers of these voting machines built in all these cool audit and safety features for accountability and transparency, and ways to make sure that it's super fair. But then when they sell the machines to the government, then the election board's like, oh no, turn that off. Like, and they like intentionally have to like dumb down these machines to make them like suitable. So there's so many. I don't think you could point to a single part of the process and say like it's not complete fraud. But let's get an ID at the end. Okay, sure.
Yeah. Well, hey, as long as they're not forcing us to vote.
Yeah, like even if someone
Like
would hack
Australia.
even if someone would hack one of the voting machines, it would still be on someone else after them to like see what the votes are there or whatever, and they could just invalidate it or again, just there's another level of control even after that.
Right.
There's just no way to make it fair, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if you wanted to make a fair electoral system, it would be easy. You could have a computer generate voting districts, you know, like in a mathematical fair way. You could have open source software running it. It could be,
Yeah.
you know, this is the dream of, you know, I guess democratic socialists or whatnot. They could vote on everything all day long.
Right. Direct democracy, right?
This is right. Like it's their super fantasy, right?
Yeah.
But you know, maybe that, you know, like that would be an interesting sci-fi if you had like a society where like they did want to vote on everything, but you don't
Right.
have time to vote on 20,000 things. So you have your own like AI assistants that are like out there voting for you, right?
Right.
And like and how your culture would like evolve around this concept.
And then before you know, it's just the AIs are just making all the decisions, right?
Obviously, right? And like deciding what you find out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like we're at a point now, obviously, and they're only getting better, but they're pretty darn good now with video stuff and short stuff. Stuff looks pretty real, photos. It's getting a lot easier to fool people each day, it seems. And you know, I mean, like, especially if you're just scrolling past shit and looking at headlines or whatever, anybody can get got with like a photo. It's not real.
But it's still pretty easy to take that. Like I find it pretty easy. I'll just upload the image to Grok or something and be like,
Is this
what's
real?
the source of this? Is it real? And usually within about 2 minutes, I've got sources either confirming or denying what it is. At least as a starting point, that's going to get you through like 95% of through stuff.
Right.
But it's the whole culture is shifting to where people aren't going to believe the real stuff. That's even the weirder part. It's like all this Epstein stuff. Like oh, here, like you could see a video of Trump like raping children and no one will believe it.
Right. Yeah. It does give you like plausible deniability
On anything.
on anything. At least from
Although, wait, hold on. Although, didn't you just say like Grok can usually tell? So could there be a safeguard that could figure out if it was made through AI?
well, yeah, there's forensic analysis that can determine AI, at least at this point. But we're talking about like the average person, right? Like the average person is going to be like, either they're going to believe some dumb shit without doing what Bab did, which is like actually research it, or they're just going to like put on their blinders and be like, no, Trump's not a rapist. This couldn't be him. It must be fake. It must be advanced government AI, deep state AI or something.
From
you know?
Russia.
Yeah. So,
It's got all the hallmarks of a Russian disinformation campaign.
right. So, yeah, I mean, it's been said before, but I think it's more pertinent now. But we live in a kind of a post-fact world, a post-truth world where, you know.
Well, what was it AOC said? It's not important to be factually correct if you're what was that?
Yeah, what was that? Let me see if I can find that quote. Yeah, factually correct.
It's like it's better to be emotionally correct than factually correct, but that's not what she said.
She said, being morally right is more important than being precisely, factually, and semantically correct. That might not be the exact quote, but that's what AI is saying.
Whatever.
I thought you said it was AOC.
Hey,
Who's AI?
Oh.
Allen Iverson.
That's right.
Oh, that was Allen Iverson?
Yeah, he said that.
Oh, okay. Why did I think it was AOC?
No, dude. AI is. Are you not familiar with like Allen Iverson, the basketball player?
I know who he is. Yeah, I know
Yeah,
he's a basketball player.
his nickname was AI back in the day.
Ah, got it.
Yeah. So when people talk about AI, it's an easy joke to make.
All right, sorry. Yeah, outside my zone.
Outside your lane.
Yeah.
Dude, so there's got to be like on social media, probably already at this point, like a Facebook page, for example, or a Twitter account, X account, that's just AI. It's just an AI bot, and then it'll use AI to just generate the content that it wants, right? That's
Yeah, it's
Oh,
called
yeah,
Punk
already
Rock
seen.
Libertarian Facebook group.
Nice. Okay. What
Like I swear
yeah,
to God,
dude, you
these
can-
bots just go
what
on there.
AI
Yeah,
program
you
do
can-
you run?
You don't run anything.
No, they
He's
they
not-
run it. They just like bomb like half of these people, I swear, aren't real. But
Oh yeah, there's
Okay,
whole
so-
YouTube channels that are AI generated, right? Like there's a bunch
there's
of these
bands
like
AI generated.
yeah. I mean, like
With
there's
backstories and
have you ever seen
photos.
those like explainer videos where they're like some
Wait.
topic and it's
Do the
like
backstory bands? Sorry to interrupt. Do the backstory bands? Is it just explaining how it's an AI backstory,
No,
or is
like
it like
creating
just
a whole
fictional
history
characters?
of a whole fictional history of a band with music, photos, and like character stories like any other band, and they're popular.
wait,
Hmm.
what are we talking about?
Synthetic musical groups.
Like this is real, you're saying?
Yes, they're real fakes, but they are existing, like selling albums.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, like, for all I know, they could like sell concert tickets. I don't know how that would work, but like, I mean,
Yeah.
and that some of them are good. It's like, that like it's an interesting pivot point in culture. I mean, and music is really going to be something different for the next generation.
Yikes! And also, some of them are owned by these streaming companies, and then those same streaming companies promote that music to the top.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I mean I use YouTube Music now because I already pay for like YouTube Premium, so it just like comes along with it. And I was like looking for like Japanese jazz like playlists. I was like, "Oh, let me find some playlists." And like I found some legit ones, but then there were some that were just nothing but like AI generated jazz. Just like hours of AI generated jazz. And I was like, what the fuck, dude? This
I was at a
sucks.
restaurant. One of the restaurants I went to several times in Roatan had this like cool reggae music playing.
Yeah.
And like at the first time, I'm like, you know what? I've never heard that before, but it kind of had a nice vibe. And, but then I realized like the vibe didn't change the whole time I was at the restaurant. And then like the next time I'm at the restaurant, it's just sort of this, I swore the whole thing was AI generated, like
Could
to
be.
just give you, like, you don't notice it unless you're there for an extended period.
Well, I mean, at least at this point, like think about the royalties a restaurant has to pay to play real music, right?
I don't think they're paying royalties in Roatan, but
Well,
and
fair
normally,
enough.
yes. Yeah. But, I think
But
it was
it's like
just
it's a
an
lot
easy
cheaper
way.
to just AI generate your own music. Like I have an account. I was AI generating music for our little shorts that we were doing, which I haven't done for a little bit. But I got tired of like trying to find, because everybody wants like attribution, and then it like you got to like put a little, like I was like, all right, I'll just AI generate some shit and just slap it on this like shitty ass short that we're putting up, and it was awesome.
Yeah.
And
This
like
is-
it
this is what
costs
I'm
like
saying.
$8 a month
I
or
know.
something.
This is what I'm saying as a pivot point, like in, like,
But I'm not going to listen to that music as like art,
right. It's not music, right?
Yeah.
So why should you have to go through all of this stuff? My I used to play with musicians that were also professional musicians in like the 70s, right? So they would tell me stories like when they were younger and coming up. And in the 70s, like all the musicians were working. All the studios hired all the string players, all the horn players, everybody was working because of the music at that time. You had this disco thing, big fat studio sounds. Now, like, what's going to happen to instrumentalists? I don't know. Like, it's going to be really hard to
back then,
justify all the work that it takes to be a virtuoso musician.
back then, all the sounds had to be like physically made for the most part in the 70s, and now you can just do everything on a computer, clicking and clacking, and now a computer can just do it itself.
I mean,
we already got to the point where you don't need like actual live musicians like a long time ago, right? Like we had synths that could just like.
But it never really replaced the human element, I think, until recently, convincingly. Like you could get these like, computerized beats, but you'd listen to them, you're like, yeah, that's a computer beat. Oh, that's obviously voice pitch, like pitch normalized or
Auto-tune.
right, auto-tuned, or where they like sync up things to make it perfectly on the beat. That stuff's been around for decades.
Yeah.
But just be like, hey, make a whole band, make it super catchy, and like do like Dolly Parton songs, but as grunge rock. Like, okay, and then and it's really freaking good, and make it awesome. Okay, and it freaking does it.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, it's definitely going to impact a lot of industries, and it already has. I know I have a friend who works in like the gaming industry, and he's saying like all this stuff is really fucking shit up. But as far as like real bands, like I don't know. I want to listen to like a real band. Like if I'm sitting down listening to like music.
Dude,
If it's background music, then yeah, I don't really fucking care if it's AI generated. But if it's like a rock band, like I want to listen to a real rock band. I don't want to listen to like AI.
Do you think they already have out there AI cover bands? Because if not, there gonna be
What do you mean?
bands that cover those songs. Or like you said, make a Dolly Parton thing that's super cool, grunge rock.
Yeah,
you could just use AI to make that, and then
there's whole channels
that
of this
music.
stuff. There's whole channels of it. They're like, "Ooh, dude, it's Snoop Dogg, but it's in like a '50s."
No, but
like,
I'm saying
jazz style.
You're saying people that cover AI songs,
like real musicians. Then at that point, like if you generate
simulate the AI.
Yeah, if you use the AI to create the music, like Dolly Parton in the style of grunge, as that
Somebody's got to go on tour and play it.
Then yeah, you could like come up with some shit that AI would make for you, and then perform it as a real musician.
Now you've come full circle with this. Good idea. Yeah.
So you have AI compose your music essentially, and then you play it.
But that's just. But I still, like
You could.
in another couple decades though, it'll just be like, oh, here's a video of musicians doing a live show, and people will be happy to sit in the audience and watch that. Like,
I don't know. There's got to be a.
Dude, I went to a great live show, Philly Blocko. It's like a Brazilian samba band with like horns and for like a club vibe, like dance hall kind of stuff, like Underground Arts in Philly. Like, what a great venue. Of course, I was the oldest one there, but it was really fun.
Yeah.
One of the bands I play with right now is called Nicks in Time, and it's a Stevie Nicks tribute band. So it's like we're musicians doing a tribute to other musicians, a specific group, like Stevie Nicks and Fleetwood Mac in our case. But like if any of these AI bands get popular, you could see like a tribute band of real musicians for like an AI band that's AI.
Or what if there was an AI tribute band for an AI band
that just covers the yeah, dude, it's like take this AI band and make a cover in grunge or whatever,
or you could
just
say
get
like
Inception style loops of AI.
I mean, I don't think there's anything like that yet where people are like, I love this band and it's AI, right? Like, is that a thing?
I think we're in the zone there. How about like if saying like, what if you could tell the computer, like, pretend Bob Marley didn't die, and like come up with like the last 20 years of repertoire that he would have created.
Right. I mean, that would be kind of cool, but
wouldn't it?
I mean,
it's theoretically, it's not far-fetched.
Yeah. I mean, it could be done right now, technically. I mean, can you really know what he would have written? I mean, obviously not, but you can guess, right?
But take the themes of all the material at that point, right? And then sort of like, but then sort of let the reggae be influenced by the style of the day slightly, so the synth will sound like that time period, or the bass or the drum sound or the snare drum will be, kind of like Santana, for instance, been around for decades and decades. But if you listen to an album from the 70s, it sounds like the 70s. If you listen to an album from the 90s, it sounds like the 90s. It's all Santana.
Yeah.
But there's a footprint from the time period.
Yeah, I mean, as long as the model is trained on that stuff, it can do whatever. Yeah.
Like Bob Marley as 80s glam rock. Okay.
I mean, stuff like that, I'd hear that and be like, oh, this is cool. But like I wouldn't feel it, right? Like there's no soul with any of this stuff, at least from my perspective. Maybe I'm just an old man yelling at the sky. already. But
If
like
I find an example on YouTube, can we play it without a copyright strike, or
an example of what?
of some of this AI music, which is surprisingly good?
I mean, I've heard the good stuff, but it's like the fact that I know that it was composed by, like, you would have to like tell me that you wrote this song, and I'd listen to it. I'd be like, oh man, and then, but I feel like as soon as I found out that it was written by, that it was computer generated, that it was completely AI generated, that would probably ruin it for me, right? Like I could be duped probably.
I think it depends on the job. Like, for instance, that music in the restaurant that I was talking about, for 20 minutes or half an hour, it was fine, right? But then
Right.
then I start listening to it, and you realize there's no dynamic variation. There's no, like, all the theme, every single song is about a guy that loves a girl. And like the rhythm's the same, the
But that's
chords are
just
the
kind of
same.
that's just
That
like
could just be a
Hispanic music is
playlist.
like that, dude.
But it
It's
was
all got like the
it
same
was
beat.
to the extreme. There was such little variation
Yeah.
that it is like you couldn't put out an album like this and make it this bland on purpose, like
Yeah.
and go for that long without a guitar solo, a something, like
Well, it's restaurant music, dude. Like they make music for restaurants. Like they make shit like that.
yeah, like Muzak.
Yeah, it's basically music, right? But I'm not talking about music. I'm talking about stuff that I would listen to for like pleasure. You know what I mean? Not like as background music while I'm like cooking, like having a nice dinner at home and put on some like smooth jazz or whatever. I'm talking about like, no offense to Eric, he loves smooth jazz, but but like but
true.
like but like music that I would sit and listen to for pleasure or like in my car and like rock out to. Like I could do, maybe I could try some AI music for that, but like ultimately
I'm
it's got to be a
I'm gonna
real it's got to be a
experiment.
real band.
Let's experiment and find the best we can and see if we can enjoy it like real music, like, and just try to like kind of like suspend disbelief. And
Okay.
I think of it as like watching Star Trek, right? Of course that's not a real spaceship, but you can still enjoy the story.
Sure. All
My
right.
question would be also like if people are involved in any way other than a prompt, or if they're prompting individual tracks and then there's a producer like mixing and
Yeah, I
making
gotta
the shit
believe
so that,
there's a lot of that too. It's not
right,
just
yeah.
like you press a few buttons and the whole
Well,
thing's
I
ready.
mean, I can bring up, and we can do this maybe on the after hours, but I like the software I use is called Suno. It's like one of the more popular ones, and you literally just type in a prompt. Now, I mean, if you want to build better shit, probably it's a good idea to be like, all right, just give me a guitar part and then give me a bass part, and then you kind of just put it together yourself in a multi-track. That might be like a better way to like have a bit more flexibility and actually
But
create
could you
something.
tell it like I want John Coltrane on saxophone, I want Jimi Hendrix on guitar?
Yeah, I mean, I
You know,
think they
like
have limitations on copyright shit, at least for like the host, the
if
service.
it's that specific.
Yeah, but you could be like, you could basically describe John Coltrane. You'd be like
Yeah.
a saxophonist from the '60s that did a lot of cocaine.
And hung out with Miles Davis.
Yeah, like, yeah. I mean, it can do all that just through a prompt. So it is crazy. Maybe we'll play around with it on the after hours here. But
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Speaking of the after hours, it's about time for that. Thanks to everybody for listening or watching today. And thanks again for Eric for coming on short notice.
Oh, thank you guys. Always love being with y'all.
Yeah.
If you want to support the show, you can go to PRLfans.com. There we have various options for you to contribute. We've got PayPal. We've got Bitcoin. Look, Bitcoin's down, but, we'll still take it. And we've also got T-shirts for sale on libertariancountry.com. You can enter promo code PRL and save 5% on your order. And until next time, live free.
Or live free.